Welcome back, friends. It is always great to see our friend Kristen Fisher from Sylvan Learning Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we just discovered something. Kristen walked in, and guess what? She has a sign name. Can you sign your name for us? And that is because?
I have curls, lots of curls.
Perfect.
And my name starts with a K, so one of my students years ago gave it to me.
That is amazing.
Yep.
So
with the curls.
So because yours is Jeremy and you like to sing, so how do you signify the K for yours?
So K looks like
K
this.
looks
Okay.
Yep.
And then
curl it down.
how fun.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love how it's all coming together
It's
today.
kind of fun.
We're learning.
We're learning.
Yeah.
And we're learning thanks to Sylvan Learning Center. If somebody's tuning in for the first time, can you tell us about Sylvan Learning Center?
Yeah, Sylvan is an educational facility here in town that provides additional instruction for kids, kindergarten through high school, even college. Mainly for kids who are struggling with certain subject areas, but we provide instruction for a variety of things, and we also help with just general homework needs and ACT, SAT prep, study skills, pretty much anything you can think of, we're there. We've got you.
Well, and I feel like it wasn't that long ago that we were talking about making sure your kids are kind of fine-tuning throughout the summer, but now school season's in session.
Summer went by so fast.
I was going to say, have you seen an uptick in business at Sylvan because
yes, a little bit. It'll really start booming probably towards the middle of this month, beginning of next month, when those mid-quarter grades come, and parents are like, oh.
Hey.
Hey, Kristen, don't you think, too, that tutoring and education is not just for those who might be struggling in a subject. It's to stay on top of everything.
Yes.
Even if you're great in math,
exactly.
you can still have that tutoring in math.
Exactly.
It's for everyone.
It is. I get a lot of, my kid is not doing well in X subject, or my kid is failing X subject, and they want to try and fix it. And it's kind of like putting a Band-Aid on. It's going to cover it up, but it's not necessarily going to fix the problem. You haven't went back and found what started the problem in the first place. You're just covering it up. And if you are doing something and getting ahead of it, then as they move forward, the struggle isn't going to, sometimes not even like rear its ugly head, but it's also not going to be as scary.
Yeah, I get that. And it's all about learning and the way people learn differently. I love that today's day and age, we're actually addressing that people learn differently.
Oh.
Not the standard classroom like when I was growing up, it's like this way or the highway.
Right.
Yep.
There's different ways to learn.
We don't fit, not everybody fits, it's like a round peg in a square hole. We don't all fit into the same box.
Yes.
We need our own personal space.
Which is true. And I know producer Jake was telling us that we have a lot of people, I'll admit, I don't even remember what my SAT score was. I don't remember what I got.
Oh, I didn't even take the SAT. I took ACT, and I had to take it 4 times.
It's okay, I did too.
Yeah.
So I know we have a lot of questions about the test that maybe you can help us address.
Yes,
so I think we have
absolutely.
some questions we can take a look at. Let's see what we have first.
So I'm kind of like phone a friend today.
Oh, good. We love phone a friend.
Okay. All right.
Did you want to read this one?
Yeah. How much time do you get for the English portion of the ACT? How does it break down to each section/essay? How much time do you get for the English portion of the ACT? I feel like that is
And
one
a
of the...
bonus question, how many questions are on it?
Oh, gosh.
See.
I'm going to say you get 2 hours for the English.
No.
Okay.
The overall test is 3.5 hours,
Oh.
give or take, if you don't do the essay section. The English section is 45 minutes, 75 questions.
What? Okay, here, I'm going to step back so you guys can read this.
It breaks down to about 9 minutes per passage. And
Oh
there's 15 questions per passage.
Are they essay questions?
No, it's just like, think of it this way, red inking your paper. So when you've written an essay and you need to edit yourself, or you hand it to a friend or your teacher, they're gonna red ink it up. You're looking, most of it, not all of it, but a good amount of it, about 50%, is fixing your mistakes, fixing the grammar, making sure you have correct punctuation, that the sentence is written in the correct order and you don't have your adverb or your adjective modifying the wrong thing.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting stressed right now.
Yeah, same. It's just like a wave of...
And the
Prepping for
first
the
test
ACT.
of the season, so to speak, is this Saturday.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Okay.
guys, prepping. Okay, let's take a look at the next question. I'm going to have to step back here. Which exam, ACT or SAT, allows you to use a calculator? I want to say that I took the SAT and I could use one.
I feel like I used it for the ACT.
Okay, so they both have a calculator. ACT has one math section. It's 60 minutes long, 60 minutes for it's 60 minutes with 60 problems, so a minute per problem.
Yep.
But you can use the calculator the whole time. The SAT has 2 sections. One can use a calculator, one is no calculator based.
Interesting.
It's more logic-based math. So for those of us who are not the greatest at math,
yeah, me too.
Right here.
it's really nice to have that section where you have the time to think about the math and you can figure it out based on logic. But you don't get a calculator.
Okay.
Okay. What is the difference between the ACT essay and the SAT essay?
They're both hard.
This is my favorite question, I have to tell you.
Wow. Tell us why.
Because not very many students do the essay section, and I think they're scared of it. I don't think they understand how it can benefit them. There's 5 components to each test, 4 are required. The essay section on each is an extra component. Some schools require it, some don't. But it is a section that can benefit you tremendously. The ACT essay is a debate. It is literally, they give you a prompt and they give you 3 or 4 sides to pick from, and you decide which one meets your expectations and what you believe the best, and you debate it. So if you are a debater, if you are going into law, pre-med, any kind of field where you're going to be talking a lot and presenting in front of somebody, the ACT debate section, you should be doing it. It'll benefit you tremendously. The SAT is a critique. So they're going to give you a section and you're going to read it and you're going to critique the writer. So you're going to be the person grading it. You're deciding whether or not that person gave you enough information where you can see their side of the situation.
Okay.
But yeah, it can be very helpful.
Okay, which is the correct ending? My grandmother is an inspiration to both my mother and I or me. Oh gosh, I knew you were gonna do this.
Me.
Okay, this is our last one. Okay, my grandmother is an inspiration to both my mother and
me.
Me. That's what I was.
Why?
Because you would not say my grandmother is an inspiration to I.
Very good. You cannot end a sentence. I don't care where, you can't do it. It's not okay. Another way to think of it is my grandmother is an inspiration to me, it's fine. My grandmother is an inspiration to my mother, is fine. But you can't say my grandmother is an inspiration to I.
Yes.
I like the way you put that. Here's a QR code right here. And what is that going to take you to?
It's going to take us to our website.
To the website. And if you know anybody, I mean, it is back to school season officially, get those kids on top of every piece of curriculum they can with Sylvan Learning Center, because it's all about staying ahead of the game.
Yes.
Ahead of the game. Thank you so much. Good
You're
to
welcome.
see you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Kristen.
Thank Kristen for coming.
All right, you
Have a good
guys.
day.
Don't go anywhere. More fun on Ozarks Foxy. I'm right after this. I feel smarter.
I love that. I do feel smarter now.